There's a pitcher out there that had a 17 strikeout game for the Seibu Lions, breaking Daisuke's record. He's likely coming to the MLB, and nobody's talking about him. Baseball is an arms race, and right now there are a couple of big-time sluggers out of the NPB that everyone's talking about, but I have not heard many people talk about potential ace Tatsuya Imai. Now look, in an arms race, what do you want? The two things that matter most: people who keep the ball in the yard and people who hit the ball out of the yard. Yes, I'm Yankees. I believe in sluggers. I think that matters. And with the Yankees rotation kind of being up in the air a little bit early with some injuries, and my belief that you can never have too many pitchers, when I saw the reports that the Yankees were interested in Tatsuya Imai, I perked up a little bit. I was happy a little bit because at 27 years old and coming off a really big time season, if you can add another pitcher, if you can add an arm, if you can contribute to the arms race, it is a good thing. Because the most important thing right now in Aaron Judge's prime is to make the window as advantageous as possible, and that's what pitching does. Now, you're probably like, sounds good, but who is Tatsuya Imai, and why have I never heard of him, and why is he not being talked about enough? Is he really that good? Well, that's what we're going to dive into today. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Fireside Yankees. I'm Chris Drew. Make sure you like and subscribe. It helps us, it helps the channel, and we're all about growth over here. Now, Tatsuya Imai is an interesting case because he's a guy that has a really, really deep pitch mix, but also has hit 99, and he's going to draw interest from a lot of big-time places. Now, I know a lot of people feel like, okay, he's going to San Fran, he's going to L.A., the Dodgers, you know, he's going elsewhere. But I'm of the belief that the Yankees being linked to him means or suggests that they feel at least pretty decent if he does get posted. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Who is Tatsuya Imai? This offseason, the Yankees are staring at one of their biggest questions they've had in a little while. With Garrett Cole working his way back, Carlos Rodon out for a little bit with the injury, and some youth in the rotation, guys like Cam Sutler and Will Warren, you're going to need guys to contribute innings. Right now, it looks like Max Fried, Cam Sutler, and Will Warren and Luis Gil are the four locks to kind of take the charge to open up the year next year, and they're just going to need more pitching, especially with Rodon and Cole having to get back from injury. So when the reports surfaced that the Yankees are among MLB teams interested in Japanese ace Tatsuya Imai, it immediately caught my attention. He's 27 years old, and he just put up a 1.5 ERA in Japan, and he's lighting up the radar guns, getting up to 99 miles per hour. Could he be the Yankees' next international star? Tatsuya Imai has been one of the Lions' most electric arms over the past few seasons, but in 2025, he took a leap and entered unique elite territory. He broke out in a huge way, finishing with an ERA under 2, a WHIP under 1, and 159 strikeouts in 142 and 2/3 innings. That's not just good, that's elite even by NPB standards. At 27 years old, he's about 6 foot tall, maybe a little bit taller, and brings a legit 6-pitch mix. And look, Ryan and I have talked about it. Last year was the year of the pitch mix, and next year is going to be even more so, because if you've got good enough stuff and can tunnel enough to full big league hitters and generate soft contacts and whiffs, you are so valuable, and it makes eating innings a lot easier. His four-seam fastball averaged just over 95 miles per hour and has touched 99. He's got a two-seamer, a cutter, a slider, a curveball, and a splitter that's kind of a staple over there that falls right off the table. This combination makes him unpredictable, and every pitch looks the same until it doesn't. One of the things that scouts love about him is his ability to tunnel. Maybe his best moment since he's been in the NPB came when everyone went to go watch somebody else. Back on September 15th, 2024, the stadium was packed to watch Roki Sasaki, who a lot of people viewed as one of the 5 best pitchers in the world when it comes to stuff. A guy, known as the Monster, was hitting 101, was breaking all kinds of strikeout records. He was, at the time, Japan's biggest star. And instead, Tatsuya Imai stole the show. He threw 8 innings in a game where everybody came to see Roki Sasaki. He threw 8 innings, allowed 1 run, 5 hits overall, and only 1 walk on top of striking out 12 batters and threw an incredible 128 pitches. That performance blew up on Japanese social media and even on Reddit, where a lot of fans were like, whoa, but they got a show from the Lions ace. That kind of moment definitely makes MLB scouts take notice, and it's not just numbers, it's his presence. He outshined the guy that everybody came to see, and that tells you he might be built for a big stage. So why are the Yankees interested? Well, because this rotation as it stands right now is just one injury away from serious trouble, and we all know that you can never have too much pitching, and in particular, you can never have too much starting pitching. Max Fried is going to open up the year as the ace, but behind him, you've got some injury question marks and a lot of youth. I love Cam Stiller. I think Cam is going to be fantastic, and I think Will Warren is going to have a better sophomore year than he did rookie year. They both have great stuff, but them along with Luis Gil, it's going to be hard to rely on all three of them over the course of 162. You always need more. Imai fits that need perfectly. He's not just a prospect. He's basically a finished product entering his prime at 27 years old, and he could slot right into that number 2 slot and maybe bump down to that number 3 or 4 slot, depending on how the other two guys get back when they're healthy. For a Yankees team that's been burned by injuries and inconsistency, adding a pitcher like him, who's durable, efficient, and composed, could be the safest aggressive move they've made in years. Now, I know a lot of it's going to be cost reliant. How much money is he going to demand? And also, is he even going to get posted this year? Right now, it has not been confirmed, but it is, I saw, like probable and even likely that he will get posted. Now, he's not as hyped up as other Japanese pitchers who made the jump to the MLB. He's not Yamamoto. Yamamoto was a ridiculous generational talent. Like Senga, he throws mid-90s heat with a nasty splitter. Like Imanaga, he attacks hitters in the zone and doesn't back down, if we're talking about just other Japanese pitchers. The key difference is Imai's fastball velocity and command combination might be more MLB ready, and you know Matt Blake with him could honestly be such an elite match. Matt Blake has done an incredible job over the past 2 years in particular of adjusting guys' shape and maximizing guys' stuff. When Imai is posted by the Shibuya Lions, MLB teams can negotiate directly, but they also are going to have to pay the release fee to the club, which is usually about 20% of the contract's value. I think you'll be looking at around 6 years for 110, but he could get as high up to 6 years for 140. Ryan and I talked about this a little bit earlier. It's going to be expensive and might end up kind of filing into the plan B if the Yankees do miss on Kyle Tucker. I'm not as polished as I should be in kind of what the projections are contract-wise for some of these guys, but it would be far cheaper than signing a domestic ace or number 2 that could be a guy that gives you quality start after quality start. Now, the Yankees should have some payroll flexibility opening up in 2026, and this kind of deal makes a ton of sense. It's a way to get high-end production without locking yourself into another $200 million risk. So in 2025, if you do add Imai, you'll be looking at him, Fried, Schlittler, Rodon, Cole, and you're setting up a potential 1-2 punch for the future after Fried and Cole obviously exit their primes, because the primes of him and Cam Schlittler should line up almost perfectly. And that doesn't sound too shabby, and that's really, really deep. And if he does end up coming here, it also gives you flexibility at the deadline to make some bigger moves. Tatsuya Imai isn't just another name in the rumor mill. He is legit. He's young, but he's a big leaguer. He's durable so far, and he's already proven he can handle the spotlight. That 12 strikeout game where everyone came to see Roki Sasaki, that told me everything I need to know. This guy has big stage energy. The Yankees need that right now. A steady, confident starter who can stabilize the rotation until Cole and Rodon are both back and 100% and ready for a full workload. So what do you think? Should Brian Cashman go all in on Tatsuya Imai this offseason? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you drop a like and sub, and I'm excited to get everybody's feedback. As this offseason is underway, Ryan and I are going to be dropping a ton of content, so make sure you stick around, and make sure also, drop in the comments who else you want to hear about. Who do you want to break down on? I'm Chris Drew with Fireside Yankees, and until next time, peace. I'm going to keep it a stat, guys. The names kick my ass. I do so much research, so much research and so much watching And whenever it's like Japanese prospects, I just struggle. I have a hard time. I wish I was better at it. So bear with me as I try to get more of these out. But like, it's funny because when I do these, I usually like block out time. And for videos about players from the MPB, I always have to block extra time to try to work on the pronunciation. And a lot of times, like I try to listen like in other people, like other Americans that kind of like have done stories or done whatever on them, and it's still even then it's hard, and you're kind of just like blindly trying to follow and then get it right, and then like as you're doing the video, like struggling to make it repeatable. But I appreciate everybody for kind of the really warm welcome I've gotten. Trying to keep up with Ryan's been really intense, but I'm having a blast. So I'll talk to you guys soon.